everyone. Oh. Hey everyone, I'm DH Pine. That was some miscommunication with the production part of the stream. But anyway, I'm DH Pine. Welcome to the match of the week of the third week of this season of DPL, the first official season of the Due Process League. I'm TH Pine. I'm here with Zach, or Kill Z rather, from GAC. Hi.
How's it going, man? Are you ready for this match of the week? I am absolutely excited about this.
I'm super stoked. We have Red Team versus Fluff today. One of the 2-0 teams. We're playing Swiss, right? So we have 3 teams with 2-0 for this week, and also only one match with 2 of these teams, obviously, because the other team has to face a 1-1 team. But this is it. This is the 2-0 team match. So Fluff versus Red Team. They showed that what's in them in the last weeks, and so yeah, I'm totally stoked.
Absolutely. Both of these teams have been shown a high level of skill playing their matches, and we'll see which one of these two comes out as top dog.
Yeah, for sure. So Fluff dominating so far. Fluff seems to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest contender for the championship here so far. They did beat SPG in the first week, which was not super surprising because SPG is a brand new team and Fluff is filled with veterans and players who just played a lot in the last few weeks. Like, they're training a lot. This is probably the most active team we have in the league right now. But in the second week, they did beat DFC, so the previous champions from the Alpha season. So that was pretty impressive. They did beat them quite impressively with a 2-0.
Yes, absolutely.
I think the matches were 5-2, 5-1. So it was a pretty clear victory for them. So that was a very, very strong performance. And on the other side, we have Red Team, which is also a veteran team. They participated in the last season. Well, actually, Fluff is kind of a veteran. The team is not, but most of the players are. The team is new. On the opposite, Red Team is a team that participated last season. Well, this season they're back way stronger than they were last season, I would say. So far, very impressive. Did beat Darklight Studios in the first week, and to all our surprises, did beat Flatline in the second week. So we're looking at a very, very interesting match for sure today.
Yeah, I think both these teams are really putting in the time to be able to play at a high level of play. And
Sure.
yeah, I mean, that game between Red Team and Flatline there was some phenomenal plays. So I'm really excited to see these two high caliber teams come together and see what amazing plays we get to watch for today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like a little bit history here maybe for people who are not who were not around for season 1 or for this is season 1, but for the alpha season, which is like, this is our first official season, right?
Our pre-season of
pre-season
DPL.
or yeah, something along those lines. Like, we had like the strongest team, or the team that won every round during the league was Whiskey Wednesday in the alpha season, and in the end they scored the second place because they lost against DFC and in the finals. But until then, they had won every match. They were super strong. They were dominating really hard, and that team split up after the season and basically split up into Flatline and Fluff. So Flatline and Fluff both have strong players. They also got new players on board, obviously, because, well, you cannot make 2 teams out of 1. And especially Fluff so far, very impressive, but also Flatline. Again, the Flatline played earlier today. And did beat LCG very, very strongly, 2-0. So yeah, both very strong teams, and Red Team managed to beat Flatline last week. So Red Team really, really stepped up their game from last season. They're super strong this season. They weren't like I'm not quite sure where they scored last season. Somewhere in the mid, I think.
Red Team ended up being a little bit more of a middle team.
Yeah.
They didn't really have that opportunity to shine last season, especially when you were looking at Whiskey Wednesday, and DFC was like the rising star coming from behind, right? And so it's awesome to see that Red Team has really like stepped into like up to that next tier, and they're really putting in the work. So
yeah, it seems like they just trained a lot and taking the season way more serious than the last one, and that's really, really great to see. So yeah, let's maybe go over the roster for today. So feel free to introduce us to the players of Team Fluff.
Oh, sure, sure. Fluff is Billboard, Vane, Socks, Marbles, and Ned.
Yeah, with Marbles being the captain here.
Yep, Marbles is the captain.
And on Team Red, we have Red Commissar, captain and name giver of the team. Derby, another long-term tester, Mace. Satrams, I think Satrams is their only newcomer, basically, because all of the others, including the fifth one, Cat Monkey, are long-term alpha testers. Like, I know these guys for probably 2 years now, most of them, or at least over a year. Like, they all have so many matches played during the alpha. Like, this is... And seems like the game is starting, so we're gonna jump right in. Let's go. Very excited for this.
I have to click that ever elusive spectate button.
Yeah, it's always trying to
It's
hide
always
away.
trying to
Like,
hide on you. Yep.
it's just like, no, I don't want to be clicked. Let's go. Okay, yeah, just like a short notice, the match between DFC and what was it? DFC and Status Quo was delayed today. It's gonna happen after this one, basically, and we're probably gonna stream it as well. We're not quite sure with what, like, who's gonna cast it and whatever and whatnot, but it's gonna be live after this match. But let's focus on the match of the week for sure. Red team versus Fluff. This is our first map.
On Sky Bridge. It's a factory map called Spider Hope, but this is the Sky Bridge in the center is a very exciting gameplay element in here. There's not a lot of cover back here, so Sky Bridge can cover a lot of these angles here. But it looks like both teams are kind of going to go for defenders are thinking for possible fan picks if they can get it. Attackers look like they just want to go for the free play on the door.
Yeah, it seems like an eco play for Fluff here on the attack, just going through storage, which seems easy to take with 2 green doors and not really anywhere to hide for the defenders.
Yeah, this play into Toxic is going to be a really hard push because there's just these very long sight lines, right? You only have this one blocker, but as soon as these 2 green doors get blocked off, it's going to be hard to push in much further.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if Red Team has one guy on the office staircase, which they apparently have, and another one coming through the green door from Docks, they can hold down Toxic quite well, I believe.
Yeah.
But we will see. We will see if the attackers can make use of, or the defenders rather, of the new map element that was introduced in this week, the Sky Bridge. Seems like we're on the go. We have Cat Monkey and Satrams in office, Red Commissar on the southern part of Toxic, and yeah, Derby and Mace on the western part of the map, while 4 attackers are going for storage, and Billboard with the Saber on fan is watching the door. That might help. They're pushing in, they're smoked off the Sky Bridge, and split up 2-2. Actually, no, 1-3. Nat just seems to hold the smoke, while the others are rushing for power, and Cat Monkey did not actually stop them, because Billboard was covering the door from the fans, so they rushed in for power very clearly here. Now they're pushing into office. Cat Monkey is getting flashed, I believe. Yeah, it's going down to Wayne, and now Billboard dropped in through the fan because power is off. Nice and played, and they're pushing in for Socks still being in storage. Nat with him there, so they split up 2-2 with Billboard on the south, and took out Derby as well. So it's now a 5v3. Very interesting attack here from the attackers, and Mace is going down to Billboard with the Saber here dominating, and Satrams and Red Commissar both being taken out by the other attackers. That was a clean push. Holy hell.
Yeah, each member of Fluff was kind of rotating back as soon as they took chip damage to allow the next person to step up with the armor to try to continue whittling away at the defenders.
Yeah, that was very well played. They rotated, and they also had like this really interesting 3-way push, basically, dominating, like just rolling in from the eastern part of the map.
Yeah, I feel like the power got given up a little bit too much. You know, you heard that there was a green play. You might have been expecting that there would be a charge used, but it's still good to try to at least hold do your best to try to hold that power, because especially on factor maps, it's exceedingly strong.
Yeah, I think the thing that happened here is like the attackers expected them to hold it and put Billboard with the saber on the fan, and that really shut down that defense. And the defenders were scared to actually hold that room because of that scary saber. Especially now that the saber has like this full colored NVG scope since this week's patch. It's a really dangerous weapon, and well, yeah, it just worked out really well for Fluff here. And then I liked how they smoked off under Skybridge and then like pushed all for power. And when they were okay, we have power. Basically, I think Ned stayed north anyway, but then someone else, I think Wayne, no, Wayne pushed into office. I'm not sure who. Like, two attackers decided to go like the northern part again and rotated back there, and they split up cleanly and had two in office. And the Billboard jumped in through the fan because power was down. That was just a very nice push there, I have to say.
Absolutely, yeah. So here we are on map Clean Shield. It's a daytime map for the kill house, and looks like they're going to go a 2-2-1 split.
Interesting. Where does the one go though?
Checkpoint was etched, but they may change that plan. We'll see. But it looks like they're going to go with a double door charge rotate, which is even more interesting.
Very interesting for sure. A double door charge. I mean, they're ecoed first round, so they can easily do that.
Exactly.
And they still have the wall charge left for the third round, so
yep,
it's not a real risk here.
I mean, this looking at this map, my initial want in play would be to just go straight in, take the wall charge, take a clacker, and just go straight in through kitchen, right? Kind of cut the map in half if you could.
Yeah. It seems like they want to go for the split push and one person in checkpoint.
Yeah.
So very interesting for sure. The defenders are mostly set up in the actually they're spread out fairly well. Two people in kitchen. Where Commissar holding hallway on his own, basically. Well, Cat Monkey can rotate in, I guess, but he has a shotgun. He's probably waiting for them to push in. So yeah, they're actually okay. They're rotating because they only have one clacker. So yeah, Marbles has to do the running man. Basically, Billboard is crawling in checkpoint. Doesn't see Cat Monkey because he's behind the door. He might get taken out by our Commissar here if he pushes in not carefully enough. Ned and Marbles going in through Club there. Ned goes down to Maze, who's hiding behind the bar. Satram's taking a pot shot at him with the Morphy as well. I think he did hit him. Marbles is pulling back. Red Commissar has been taken out by Billboard though, who push into checkpoint. Now Vayne and Sox are on the eastern part of kitchen, eastern side of kitchen. Getting shot here through the door. 3 defenders in kitchen. Cat Monkey still waiting for his time, for his moment. Billboard is kicking the door. Cat Monkey waiting with the shotgun, taking him out. Really patient. Paid off. Marbles was being taken out in the meantime in club as well. And now the defenders rotated again. It's only Derby back in kitchen and the others are in club and they're repositioning. I think Sadams wants to get in hallway or something. Now, okay, he decided again to go in kitchen while Derby takes out Sox here. And this looks really desperate for Wayne. He's trying to take shots. Satrams takes him out. Was that a wall?
That was a snipe through the wall. He wall banged him with the sniper.
That was holy hell. That was impressive. Like when the first round was a really impressive attack, this was a very well played defense.
Yeah, I feel like Fluff had an interesting idea. The problem being is I think they were much like too little butter on too much toast, right? They were a little bit thin. They had that delay and they could have tried to push in through the kitchen because none of the defenders had rotated. I think they were waiting for something else to happen, right? And when nobody pushed green very hard or made any noise and nothing was really happening, they kind of just sat in their holds and waited for whatever the next thing was supposed to be. So there wasn't as much confusion really sown. So the defenders really didn't rotate and they just held on to where they thought the attackers would eventually come from, and they did.
Yeah, especially Cat Monkey waiting really patiently for his moment, and then just taking out Marbles with the was it Marbles? I forgot who it was with the shotgun. He was sitting there the whole round. Like I think he was sitting in place for a minute or so.
Yeah,
that was very interesting. But yeah, was a very interesting defense. Okay, we're on the third map. The attackers are down to 1 wall charge. And we'll see what they
we're on Foul Raven on a C-store. They do still have a clacker. They do still have a wall charge. It gives them the wall charge being the most flexible in terms of explosives to make different plays. So storefront looks like it's gonna be the play from them, but it looks like the defenders are completely going to try to shut that down.
Yeah, the very two strong barbed wire positions here for them to lock off this push, which might that's basically the counter to this push. So we'll see if that works out for a red team here.
Yeah, I really am liking these placements. If they put them in the right spot, you're not only guarding this door, but you're guarding the teller, and that's just going to make it such a bear to get in there.
Both are really good spots for barbed wire, and especially if the attackers are coming through storefront, and that's what apparently happens here. Red team seems to be a little concerned about a wall charge play through office. But we will
Cat
not
has
see
a
that.
grenade too. This is dangerous for the attackers.
Oh,
here.
Cat Monkey has a grenade. Ooh. Smoke through the window, through the roof, I think. Double
He's
smoke.
already priming it.
So okay, they're pushed in. Cat Monkey's waiting for the frag grenade.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
No, he didn't. That was a Molotov.
There it is.
Still waiting for it.
It's out.
Yeah, and didn't kill, but I think it damaged all three of them. All three attackers. The other two are at shed apparently, waiting for their time to get in. No, that's actually only one. Billboard is on the south. I didn't saw him. He's really far south with the saber, trying to take shots here. Cat Monkey's still waiting behind the teller. Ooh, taken out by Socks here. When he stepped around, Vayne is pushing in through shed into bathroom. Roby tried to wallbang him. Mace takes him over the shotgun. Very nicely. Red Commissar rotates. He was north earlier with the all shotgun. He's now waiting for the attackers to push into storefront. Takes a little bit of fire here, but hides behind the shelves. Socks managed to get into freezer, but Citrums and Mace both waiting in office for him to get in. Mace with the shotgun takes another kill here for the defenders. Really nice. And now Marbles comes into freezer, tries to take control of that. In the meantime, Derby takes out Ned with a long-range shot here. And now it's down to Marbles and Billboard, who are trying to get somewhere, but they're still on the southern part of the map. Marbles gets Macy, who was a little too aggressive, peeking the door. Marbles takes him out, and that's still 3 defenders now. And Red Commissar is waiting very, very patiently at the bomb with the auto shotgun. Marbles trying to get an angle here, maybe. They still have one flashbang, but both barbed wires are still there. I think they missed a frag grenade earlier, which was flying through in arcade instead of on the barbed wire. Billboard crawling through the barbed wire, throwing the flashing Derby, but not Red Commissar. Oh, they're coming on at him at the same time, though. Marbles comes from behind, takes him out, and Billboard takes Derby, and now it's all of a sudden 2 versus 1. Severance with the mob takes the shot at Marbles here, though. Takes him out, and it's 1-1 Severance versus Billboard. Both long-range weapons coming close. Severance gets another kill. Holy shit. Triple kill for Severance with the mob here. Oh,
don't ever say you can't take a mop on a C-store, because you just saw that it will absolutely wreck people when you know where they're coming from. Holy cow!
That was the most close range sniper battle I've ever seen. That was Saber versus Mob in a tiny freezer.
Yeah, everybody was so hurt in the end of that game too. It was crazy. That double rush right at the end was perfect from the attackers. They needed to advance on the position, and they were able to do so. Getting pick angles on both those targets, it worked out perfectly. It looked like it was going to work out perfectly for him towards the end, but
and then
man, that that call for the hold was that really shut the attackers down.
Yeah, for sure. Like, they had a really hard time getting in there because of those barbed wires, and the placement was good. The hackers could not get, like, they got in the southern part of the map, and that was it. Like, it took, I think, at least 30 seconds or something to get even into freezer.
Yeah, and, I mean, they took that grenade shot too, which dropped 3 of them to, half health, all armor gone. It was like 2 bullets from death. I mean, it really slowed everything down, right? That is a huge boon for the defenders.
For sure. I liked how Cetrum's, like, these 2 kills in the end, they were really, really close to each other. I don't think he had much time after reloading before before he took the second shot. That was that was really close on time, I think. The mob reloads forever. So well, that's 2-1. Red team in the lead here. Very impressive so far. Very, very interesting match so far. We're back to Spider Hope. This time, red team on the attack. We'll see. It seems like they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, here we are back on Spider Hope. It'll be interesting to see. It looks like in the reverse order, Team Red wants to go for this green door play. I'm interested to see where it looks like the defenders are figuring they're not going to be doing a fan play at all. They've now doubled up on the toxic defense compared to what red team had done previously. Fluff also with more long range, a lot more long range, looking towards that green area as well.
Yeah, it seems like they for sure want to prevent the attackers from taking power here. They have 2 people on the catwalk next to office. Smoke is being thrown through the window here to block the line of sight from Skybridge. They're rushing in through green. Mace is sitting on fan. Some shots are being taken here, but nobody really goes down. Fire grenade destroys the barbed wire on the catwalk, and Billboard goes down, and Marbles had to pull back. So they take power here easily, probably. Yep. Lights go out, and Marble's now sitting with a mob in office. Okay, he's rotating. He threw the Molotov and then rotated. And Derby takes the shot that out somehow long range below the Skybridge. Wow, that was quick reactions taking out Marbles. And now it's down to 3. Well, that's 2 defenders because Nat has been taken out as well. But Wayne gets a revenge kill here on Red Commissar. Well, not really revenge, but gets a kill here on Red Commissar while he was trying to push in through the southern part into the docks. Now Wayne is rushing. 2 attackers, takes out Cat Monkey, has to pull back. Mace is shooting at him, but he's still alive. Only took, well, like 1 bullet or something. And Sox is still waiting. Ooh, Wayne takes another kill. Triple kill for Wayne here. Takes out Derby. Sox takes out Mason. Again, down to Satrums. Satrums 1v2 versus Sox and Wayne. Wayne takes some shots at Satrum, but can't take him out. Satrum's shooting back, but it's 2 defenders there. One on the Skybridge, the other one below. And he's in a bad spot. He's has barely any HP left. It's not looking good for him, but we will see. Maybe he can clutch again. Sox and Wayne both pulled back really deep.
One of the attackers ended up grabbing a flare and throwing it out the window here, but in doing so, he opened himself up to getting shot in the back. So he took away their light, but he ended up sacrificing himself. I don't know if that was quite worth it.
Satrums is running out of time. And out of HP.
Yep. Yeah. After the initial hits, where the attackers really did some damage to the defenders, they were all like at exceedingly low health. And the defenders just picked some really good pick locations and were able to take them apart after that.
I mean, it was down to a 5-2, and then Wayne and Sox just turned us around like it's nothing. That was very, very impressive. But again, we saw the attackers taking power quite easily. It's just really hard to hold that room if you have a good sniper or long range weapon on the fan. And that happened again. And even with the kill this time, like red team actually got off better when they defended on that map because they just gave up that room, so they didn't lose a man. In this case, Billboard did go down. Not saying that's the better play, but it definitely worked out better for red team in the first one. But they also they lost as well. I mean, they lost even more clear. Besides not losing someone in the toxic room. So it's 2-2 now. So very, very even match so far. This is a really back and forth. This could drag on. This match could go the full length, maybe.
I have a feeling it's going to go for the full amount of rounds. Both of these teams are playing at an exceedingly high level, and
that's a lot of drawing and checkpoint.
Yes, they're definitely putting down a good Picasso right here.
Interesting, though. It seems like they want to go for checkpoint, even though they ecoed the first round. So, again, eco? Taking 3 charges for C-Store? I mean, maybe, but I would be surprised. Because that's usually not what the attackers do, but I mean, it seems like that's what they want to do. They don't want to take office or club. I mean, club was really hard to take for Fluff last time. Red team just like hold those long angles really well. With sitting behind the bar and in the northern part. And office is kind of a clusterfuck as well. Like if you have an auto shotgun or any close range weapon around the corners there, it's really hard to push in. You also you can push in there, I guess, but you need lots of flashbangs to clear out every corner. And so it seems
it seems like the defenders are really trying to like hold the southern half of the map, but the attackers are going to be completely ignoring that.
No. Billboard is sitting in the same spot as Cat Monkey did last time, though. But yeah, it seems like they're doing no, they have a clacker.
Yeah, I think they're going straight up. I think they're going straight up bomb rush through the wall into kitchen, and they're just going to hold it. Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You can. Red has a wall charge. So they're bomb rushing this bomb, and I do think that it's worth trying to hold this hallway on green.
They're just wall banging checkpoint.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get those hits off. But I mean, if they can get the explosives,
They took some damage there, but
as soon as they rush in, it's gonna be hard for them, the defenders, to hold this.
Yep, first one goes down. They took some damage in process, but managed to get the wall charge off. And now they're just swarming in, taking everything. Okay, Sadrams was taken out by Billboard, but the two defenders are down already, and they're on the bomb, defusing at 50% already. The attack defenders have to push in, dying when they're trying to do so. Vayne is going down, Billboard, they're pushing in. Not dead yet, Net is being taken out, but the bomb is defused. Billboard's still alive, trying to kill them here with the shotgun. 1v2 now, though, is being taken out, and that was a very aggressive push. Well played, worked out for them.
Yeah, the speed diffuses can be sometimes hard to defend if you don't have somebody, if you can't see it coming, right? It's gonna work, and with having no defense at the front, right? It allowed that speed rush to just get in on top of them.
Yeah, it seems like the defenders relied on just wall banging checkpoint, but Red Commissar was like, no, this is our plan. I'm just gonna go through with this. Took the shots and placed the wall charge, and well, it worked out. So congratulations, I would say. Whew, what a match! My heart is pumped.
I love the amount of tactics we're starting to see.
Yeah.
From both of these teams, they're really showing there's a lot of different ways you can play these maps. We've seen multiple strategies now from both of these teams trying to do different things.
Yeah, I also like that they're like, I always, what I like most about watching DPL matches is that you always see these elaborate plans. Like especially the most impressive one so far was the very first round for me, where Fluff had this really cool plan where they split up through the factory and just swarmed in, well, not really swarmed, they crawled in, really. They took it really, really methodically, and that was just nice to see. And every round we had some interesting attacker plan so far here, and the defenders always trying to counter it. So yeah, we're back to C-Store. We'll see what happens this time. I mean, they don't have a wall charge, so not going shutters.
No wall charge, so shutters. It might look like they still will. They're gonna go green for attackers. I think they're either thinking, yep, it looks like a freezer push. They were contemplating either putting a peek hole for long snipes through storefront. This is a really good sniper lane. I'm not gonna lie.
They can do both.
Through storefront. Do they still have both door charges? Oh, they do.
They have both charges. They could
so they're going to have a snipe lane and an entry through freezer for sure.
It seems like they want to split though through Shed maybe. So we probably have three teams, like one person sitting storefront with the sniper, and like probably two guys pushing through freezer and two through Shed maybe. We'll see. Yeah. That seems like Catmonk is the only one going off.
I feel like this barbed wire is a little bit of a waste. I mean, this is such a free entry through this area. It's really hard to hold that. Mm-hmm. You know, I would have preferred it either out here to force them through the windows, or because I mean, this part of the map doesn't really matter.
Well, very clever of the defenders not putting barbed wire there where Red Team did it last time, because they know they don't have a wall charge. They will not come through storefront, so they place it somewhere else. We will see if it works out for them. So the attackers are trying to push in. Got mollied off though. Red Commissar rotates because Catmonk is in already, and now he can follow through Shed there. The other two are going into freezer now, and they have control of the western part of the map now. Mace trying to take the shots here with the Ingmar, which he stole last round. Most defenders are in storefront really, and Derby takes the first kill here through the shelves, I believe. Saturn tries to push, but this being taken up by Marbles, and Vayne rushed into bathroom, taking out Red Commissar here. Nice flank. Then now pulling back through the barbed wire and sitting in arcade, waiting for Cat Monkey to follow up. Oh, Derby gets taken out by Nat, who is sitting in stuff with the auto shotgun. Mace trying to get a long-range shot on him here, but can't really connect. Now it's down to Cat Monkey and Mace to push against 4 defenders. Net gets flashed out, but Mace fails to connect the kill here, or finish him off here, rather. And no, wait. Oh, I thought he was dead. No, never mind. But Mace is dead now. I saw something wrong there. Got confused for a second. Now it's down to Cat Monkey. This is going to be a tough push for him. He doesn't have any
utility. Looking a little dire right now.
Yeah, this is probably not going to work out for him. Socks waiting for him there. Got a good kill there, but he's been taken out by Socks eventually.
Yeah. That plan started to go. Oh, I can see what the defenders did now. I did not see this barbed wire over here last time. I was more concerned about like what was happening on this, but what they did was they just basically created a buffer zone.
Yeah.
Around the entire bomb So it's like there was no you could circle it, you could rotate around it, you could just never advance into it, which was a very interesting style of play.
Yeah, yeah. This is really back and forth. I think it was really like I think we had like fluff, red, fluff, red, fluff, red, fluff so far.
Yeah.
No wait,
It
that
was
can't be true.
fluff.
That can't be
It was
true because
it
fluff
was
started and
yeah.
won the last round. So I guess we had 2
Mhm.
rounds for red at one point.
Yep.
But it never was more than a 1 point lead so far. So this is as close as it gets.
Yeah, this has definitely been a set of push pull momentums, right? Nobody's gaining clear advantage right now. It has been very, one team gets a win, maybe two, then the other team pulls it back, right? So there hasn't been like a clear full momentum, like just steamroll, right? So
Yeah, for sure. So we're back at Spider Hope, and the red team is again on the defense. We will see if we see another eco play on this map, or
no,
that
we're
time.
seeing it looks like it's going to be a third style of play. They want to open up the docks. Is looking like, so they're probably gonna do a split. I love the little fire graphic, very well rendered.
That's the most elaborate Molotov icon I've seen so far.
That's beautiful. He must have
like
zoomed all the way in to
push,
draw that.
It's like
they are expecting a dock push, which is surprising to me that nobody has tried to utilize the fact that you can get up onto these high points at all, right? Sure. My thought is Skybridge / Office is exceedingly strong, and I don't know why nobody's gone after it yet.
Yes, I guess they are assuming. Well, maybe they're assuming the defenders will hold that because they expect us to go there, and so we don't go there. And the defenders are like, "Oh, they're probably not going there because they think we're holding this, and so we're not going there," or something like that, bluffing each other here, and nobody takes office so far. So yeah, attackers seem to go like. Instead of 4 next to storage?
It does look like
they want to go 3
switched up where their barb placement is too compared to last time. I think they really liked how you could stuff the attackers in storage to start. So, and they do not have a grenade.
Seems like Billboard is the only one on docks, and he's waiting with the charge, while Ned is coming north, and the other 3 are coming east into storage, pushing in with smoke and flash. Now the dock charge goes off. He hoped for a kill there, but didn't get it. Red Commissar has been taken out on the bridge. Marvel's pushed in here. Billboard has to pull back now, though, because of the Molotov, but he has a saber. He can hold these these line of sights really, really long. On a very long range. Vayne got another kill on Cat Monkey here, and they're taking out Power. That was a strong push into Toxic for them. Flare's going out, but it's down to 3 defenders. So it's not looking too good for them with Power out. Satram's been taking shot over the Toxic here. Toxic Goo. And Mace is trying to hold Office alone against 2 attackers. Nate is trying to pushing in through below Skybridge. And Billboard is still waiting there. Ned gets the kill on Derby here. Very nice. Another clean kill for the attackers. Vayne is rushing around the corner, taking out Mace. And now it's again down to Satram. Who's been taking out again? Again.
Crossfire.
Again, a clean sweep for the attackers on this map for Fluff. Like, that's basically not the same strategy, but the same result as they got on the very first round. Very impressive.
No, for sure. I mean, this is always Factory is always an interesting one because if you can get the angles right, you're defenseless. So if you can get the angles from, fighting from dock or from these stairs from Skybridge, right, and you're out in the open, it is very dangerous to be out there. Because there's very little cover on this edge of the map. So letting the attackers even get a foothold on this map is exceedingly dangerous.
Yeah, I mean this was interesting because like Billboard was just sitting south of docks. He got mollied off at one point, but he didn't care because he didn't want to enter anyway. He was just holding that really, really long line of sight in towards like up to the northern part of the factory, through the whole factory floor basically. And it seems like the attackers just moved in very methodically and took out one defender after another. Again, 2 defenders down in Toxic. It seems to be just really, really hard to hold this room, which makes Power very easy to tag, obviously.
Yeah, I'd say in that Toxic room, and there's very few angles where the defenders can hide, really, but it is important for you to use that elevated platform that you have. There is a little area with some boxes that you can hide behind, and you might be able to hold that a lot longer, right? And it might even be worth to try to pick the attackers if you have somebody watching the fan, you can pick
Yeah.
from below and try to chip away at some of the attackers as they're coming into the toxic. But it is a very hard room to hold.
It certainly looks like it might be worth the risk contesting the fan, yeah. Because
Yeah.
if the attackers have control over fan, it's just really hard to hold toxic.
Yeah.
But well, no power play this round because we're back on Kill House, and this is
Yep.
game point. Game point for
Yeah.
Fluff. If they take this, then they take the first point of this match. So we'll see what they do on attack. If they go, I mean, they ecoed again. So no, they didn't eco this time. So but they recovered their clacker though. They still have 2 clackers and 2 charges left, so they're pretty flexible. We'll see what they do. Seems like they're looking for an office checkpoint split, maybe. Defenders are thinking about barbed wire and office. That looks like a good spot for barbed wire, and maybe another one in club.
Yeah.
Again, someone sitting in training with a shotgun, I presume.
Little funky
was
spot
some-
apparently in the club that Drone got a little peek on somebody there, but giving it some ease, a little bit of ease.
That's for sure a sound you learn to fear in the process. Okay, so it seems like the attackers want to go through office, and Red Commissar is just opening up on them with the shotgun, with the other shotgun through the red door, just spamming. I guess that was almost this whole mag.
That was a full first mag for a red door.
Did not deal any damage though, so that was a waste. But to get him off a little bit, they took it wasted a few seconds. They're now going in. Molotov, Vayne and Marbles are in, but the other two are caught outside, and Vayne and Marbles are split up as well. Here comes they're trying to wallbang them, but Marbles pushes in through the house, takes out Red Commissar. No wallbang his own teammate, but Vayne gets the kill on Mace. Settums gets the revenge kill through the door on Marbles. Billboard pushing in through the hallway, trying to wallbang, now falling back. Did not connect here with Setrums. Get Monkey still waiting in training, while the attackers now pushing in through hallway and office. Billboard is trying to wallbang Kitchen here, but Derby is moving, and as Satrums rotates around, there are 2 people in training waiting for them. Oh, frag grenade from Satrums? What? I think that was a frag grenade from Satrums taking out Marbles, if I saw this correctly here. I guess he stole that last one. No, he can't. I don't know what happened there, to be honest. But now they're pushing in. Net has been taken out by Satrums and Derby here, but revenge kill. Derby going down to Vayne, and Cat Monkey Rush. Billboard has been taken out, but Satrums gets the kill on Vayne, and now it's down to Satrums with an attacker shotgun, though. He looted successfully, so he has a chance to 1v2 them. He still has good HP as well. This is Sucks comes around the corner, takes him out. That's game. That's game. 5-3.
I like that little shotgun thieving right there, right towards the end. It got him an extra kill, but man, he had the chance to hold it. But
I have to say though, if we're looking at Team Red, Satrums seems to be the MVP so far. Another 3K for him in this round.
Yeah, another 3K.
I think he had 3Ks before, or at least had he did the clutch on the C-Store round, and he's really playing really impressive so far. And he's the newcomer in this team. Remember, he's the only one who I think he was in the alpha, but only got in the last few weeks or months. While all the others are in there for were in it for over a year, I believe.
Yeah, at least a year.
So he's a newcomer and he's doing really well. So I'm very impressed with this.
What a good first series of games, even though it was a 3-5. Each one of those rounds was 1 or 2 people left with a scrape full of health, right? Just a sliver.
Well, not every round. We had a few stomps, especially on the factory round. Fluff managed to take it out 5-0 twice. So that seems to be that map just worked out very good for the attackers in all 3 rounds, I think. Sure. Might be bias on the map, but might just be. I guess it's hard to say. It looks like this map is very attacker sided so far, but really it comes down to what the teams do, and if they just decide for a strategy, for a specific strategy there, and the defenders prepare the wrong counter, then it can just look like it's super attacker sided, while in reality it maybe isn't, and it just got outplayed or unlucky there.
Yeah, there were a handful of really good, they set up a defense and then it got countered with people are using the frag grenades to remove the barbed wire, and kind of like the old strats that you used to see with the Carter and whatnot. So
yeah, I can't wait for the card to come back, but
yeah,
that's still a while out, unfortunately, but it will come back eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to that day.
But yeah, it
So
seems
yeah.
like both the teams are really. There's been a lot of punching and counter punching. I think Fluff is definitely executing a little bit cleaner, but I
Mhm.
think the red team is really putting up strong defenses, more so than I think than Fluff has so
Yeah, I
far.
really like Red Team's defenses so far. On most map at least.
Mhm.
Like it's interesting to see Fluff here though, because usually, like in the last 2 weeks, Fluff had like in both matches, it seemed like they have the superior aim or single like individual player skill. They also play very good as a team. Like they play very coordinated. Because as I said at the beginning of the stream, they're the team that's doing the most scrims and playing the most together so far. They're really putting in the effort, and it shows. It really shows. They're playing really well together, very coordinated. Seems like they have really good communication and know each other. Like as you mentioned earlier, where they did the mini rotations, like when one took damage, he pulled back, and the other was stepping in front and stuff like that. But in the last 2 weeks, in both weeks, it seemed like they had the better aimers and had the better individual skill and managed to win those one-on-one engagements in most of the time. And I don't think that's true today. We saw multiple clutch plays from Red Team here. And I mean, both teams have very strong players, obviously, like for sure. But it's more of an even playground so far than it was the last 2 weeks, and from what I've seen so far, at least.
Yeah, I'd agree
So
with you on that one. I do feel like red team's really showing the their veteran status, if you will, and skill in the game, and that's really posing a real speed hurdle for Fluff to be able to. They actually are putting them a little bit more to the test.
yep,
Excellent.
for sure. Seems like we're getting in a second match,
Yep.
and we'll see if Red Team can take this one, and we're going to a third. I would love to see that. It seems so. It's a little interesting because like both teams also have like they have different dynamics going on, right? Fluff has this really methodical game style, which it reminds me very much of what Whiskey Wednesday showed last season
Yes.
in the alpha season. Like we have a lot of ex Whiskey Wednesday players here, so it's not super surprising. They did like just very methodical play where they move in duo teams and whatnot, and moving slowly through the map, taking angles and picking out the defenders one by one. And while Red Team has a little bit more of an explosive style, I would say, going for the little bit more crazy threats here and trying to just overwhelm the defenders and surprising them more. And that's really interesting to see these different dynamics. And so far, it worked out for both. So that's pretty cool to see that we have these different play styles here, and they're really showing off. We'll see what they do this time.
Well, we are now on a kill house map called Praetorian Fang. Surprisingly, we haven't got any of the new club
Oh
maps that
yeah,
we've
we didn't
seen
have.
previously. We saw them twice earlier, and now these guys have played in two separate games, completely more standard kill house maps. These
If
are a lot
I'm
larger
if I'm not
than
mistaken,
usual.
we have 5 regular kill houses and 5 club kill houses in rotation right now.
Gotcha.
So it's basically 50-50 what you got.
Coin flip, yeah, no, for sure. I will say that the clubs do look a lot larger than they have in the past.
They are huge. They are
Yeah.
huge. They're bigger than most
So
factories, but
yeah, so we've got a
so
lot more opportunity for long range weapons in the kill houses, which we haven't gotten to see very often.
I mean,
So
this is a big kill house as well, though. Like these are long angles, especially here the club backstage angle, which the
yeah,
attackers have drawn a line for. Like this is a really long angle. Yeah, speaking of Fluff and on the attack again, it seems like they want to go through training, maybe with the split push through reception. Most of the defenders are holding backstage and office, with the Recombus and Cat Monkey holding kitchen, which is basically a central room here, allowing them to rotate to wherever necessary. Sadrum's on the mob again, holding the stage. He's not quite back there. He's not trying to get the awkward angle from backstage. He would not be elevated there though, so it would be a little harder, I guess. So that's why he decided to go on stage, I assume. Smoke on the roof. I still think we should take out that feature, to be honest. But that's a discussion for another day. The attackers are pushing in through training here. Socks, Marbles, and Billboard making their attack here. It's really close to bomb. There's a really short path to bomb, but Derby and Mace holding bomb room here so far successfully. And the others are cut off in reception thanks to a Molotov. And yeah, nobody's been taken out so far. The attackers cannot really move forward. Another Molotov has been thrown into training. Socks is now rotating into kitchen, but Cat Monkey and Red Commissar are both waiting behind that green door. Red Commissar is taken out though by Vayne and gets the kill here through the green door. Socks is trying to wall bang through 2 walls. Now I guess he assumes someone is in the hallway, but nobody is. But his shots, I think, connected in office actually, but not for much. No, they're all pushing in at the same time into office, taking out Derby. But the first attacker goes down, the second attacker goes down. Satrams is down as well, though. But Socks, Ned, and Vayne has taken control of the bomb site, are starting to defuse, and Mace and Cat Monkey are trying to pushing in now on the attack or from their side. Cat Monkey being killed here. Now it's Mace versus 3, and he's trying, but no, Nat gets the kill here, and that's a pretty clean sweep for the attackers. I mean, they're all fairly low health, but still 3 attackers alive. Interesting.
Once again, it's that attacker 5-man push together as one, eat damage, but then the defenders are so spread out that they have to come in one at a time. And you have 2-3 guys focusing on one defender, you're just going to cut them down, right? And it's really interesting that they took their time and waited and really, like, once they gathered and you know, things kind of settled out, then they all pushed together as like one big group.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like Fluff first split out, and the defenders managed to hold them off quite well, but weren't able to take any of them out. But they managed to stop them and hold them in their positions. And then after the Molotovs went out, Fluff decided, let's just all stack up on that door and run in at the same time, and it worked. So yeah, and it's always a bad time for the defenders when the attackers are in control of the bomb, because at that time the tables have turned, and now the defenders are on the attack basically and have to push in, and that's usually not what the defenders want to do. They don't have flashbangs, they don't have the extra 50 HP that the attackers have to make that possible, and so they're usually in a bad spot if they have to do that.
Yeah, most of the time defenders are so spread out that they end up just trickling in, you know, one at a time, just trying to get picks. But at that point, yeah, like you said, it's already kind of too late. Once the attackers are on bomb site, it's exceedingly difficult for the defenders to retake it.
For sure. Okay, Moist Pasture, another factory.
No, new factory. I like it. This one actually has a really interesting feature off of the fan. If you blow a fan out, you can run along this long hallway here, which is a real highway, if you will.
Yeah, and there's no other way of getting up there. So there's no staircase or nothing. The only way up there is through the fan. So this is an attacker only area basically.
Yeah.
Interesting, very interesting. Where's powers in office? So if they manage to take out power, they can come through fan. Or they can blow it up, obviously.
That's true, yeah.
Seems like the defenders don't expect the attackers to go through docks. That's how I interpret or how I read this cross.
Yeah. I don't think they expect anybody to really go that way. I think they'll leave one person probably over here by power kind of watching off of the dock if really necessary, but I don't believe they think they're going to go dock. Yeah,
it seems like the attackers want to do like a fan storage office split, probably one person on fan, I assume. Yeah, Marbles with the mob, which he stole last round. And Billboard and Wayne are going for storage, while the other 2, Ned and Socks, are pushing into office right now. Flashbang going out. Satrams jumps out of the window, and Mace pulls back on the stairway after throwing a Molotov, though. And Ned rotates as well now. So this was kind of a distraction. Only Socks is back, is still on office, while the other 3 are now kicking through storage, and Marble just holding that northern part of the map. But it seems like Red Commissar is trying to contest the fan here, while the other attackers are pushing in through storage. Red Commissar is trying to take out Marbles, taking a few shots here. I think he damaged him, but could not kill him. And at the same time, Socks is pushing in through office. The attackers are not really getting anywhere. Vayne is contesting Toxic now versus Red Commissar. Takes a kill here. Takes the room. Very nicely played. Socks crawling through office, waiting for his time to take out Satrams. But yeah, it seems like Satrams wants to push him. Gets the kill here. Very nicely done. And now has control over office, which is bad for the attackers. They really wanted that room because it gives them so much control over the whole area. And now the other attackers are kind of caught in the western part of the map. They shot out the fan though. And now Marbles is on the thing. pushing, and Wayne is pushing it. Oh, there are two defenders
He
down.
does have the mop too, so this
Yeah,
is
he has
really
the
dangerous
mop.
for the defenders right now.
Mace managed to get net, but it's been taken out here as well, and now it's down to one defender. Oh, no, zero
Marbles
defenders.
snipe across the map.
Yep.
You
Marbles on
gave
that
marbles to
elevated
mop. That
thing.
was your first mistake.
Mob on the attack is so scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's the
That's
it's
a
the
danger.
Yeah, the thing deals 135 points of damage to the body, which means it doesn't kill an attacker in a body shot, but it kills a defender in one body shot, which is scary to say the least. And then Marbles being able to get on that elevated platform, whew, yeah, that was good for them. That worked out.
Once the attackers were able to push in through Toxic and let Marbles in, it kind of gave them a little bit more. The defenders were pretty much hemmed in now into this very small corner off a dock, right? They could only survive an officer dock, and that was it.
Yeah. It was interesting because Red Commissar first contested Marbles on the fan, and I think he hit him, but did not manage to take him out, and had to pull back because he didn't want to get one-shotted by the mob. Has to be very careful there, and then he was the only one holding Toxic though. And well, as it usually goes, if you're 1v1 with an attacker, then the defender usually loses because the attacker have more health, they have the more precise weapons. It's really hard for a defender to win a fair 1v1 fight. And so, yeah, with Cat Monkey being the only one on the eastern side of the map, they managed to take Toxic and then shoot the fan, and that allowed Marbles to get on the thing, and then they just started to move in from the east and took them out one by one.
Yep.
So
Again,
2-0 for Fluff now.
play.
It's looking good for them in this second match.
Yeah, I mean, Fluff really like turning it on in the second set of games are really kind of like, looks like they're starting to get into their groove.
Second game. I'm sorry. They're 1-0 in the match, so if they win 3 more rounds, then they win the match. So we'll see. Seems like they want to go through office with the wall charge into freezer. That's an interesting decision.
Yeah, I mean, this is
there's power
they're
there.
going for power, so yeah.
I didn't notice at first. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, freezer is in a very central spot, and you since now you can shoot out the shelves again, there is a good path to bomb from there. So I think taking freezer is very valuable. But there's also actually this is this map. No. There's no path from where they wall charge to power because the freezer is completely blocked off. Like this is not, you cannot go through there. So if they go through there, it will only be for the position on bomb. But maybe they're not aware. Maybe they think they can take power from there. But I'm not sure. Their lines are just going for bombs. So.
I think they think that you can walk through here, but you can't. I'm
not sure.
Really
I would be surprised if Fluff is not aware of that, to be honest, because as I said earlier, they're playing a lot. I think they just want freezer for the positional advantage here. But we'll see what happens. If we see them jumping at the backs, the sandbags and freezer, then we know they weren't aware. But yeah, they're all around storage now, starting to push in. Flashbang going out. Red Commissar is waiting in office with auto shotgun though, waiting for his time. They have to go through there if they want to take the wall charge. But it seems like they first want to take control of arcade maybe. Okay, they're shooting open the door to office. Red Commissar is taking the shots with the auto shotgun. They know he's there though. Flashbang, and he's down. Vayne got the kill very well. And now they're really executing really fast, pushing in. They're taking out Mace, placing the wall charge, blowing it up, I assume. Yeah, there it goes. And now they're in freezer. Derby Captain waiting for them there. Derby getting the double kill here. Very nice defensive freezer. Rotate into Taylor, taking shots at Satrams and takes him out. Very well played here. Good rotation. And now the attackers are surrounding the defenders basically. Sox rushing into freezer, taking out Derby. Now it's down to Cat Monkey, who's sitting there with the leg cross, completely out of position. Vayne is on the bomb. Cat Monkey grabs after auto shotgun, will try to wallbang, I assume, going through the hole, rushing into Stormfront. It's getting taken out by Billboard. 3-0 for Fluff here. What a strong attack. Ooh, well played. Very well played.
They thought that they could jump over the bags. That got 2 of them killed. Right? Like they ran up, they tried to jump over the thing, and
Derby rushed them.
and Derby put bullets right on top of them, right? So but at least it worked out in the end.
If I remember correctly, I heard earlier that it was not intended for these sandbags to completely block off freezer, like completely split up. But when Ozzy pointed it out during a test to the level designers, they were like, that's actually cool. Let's just leave it in. And it's the downside is it's a little bit surprising, so people will be
I
taken off
feel
guard
like
by it. But it's an
visually it
interesting
could use
feature.
another heap of ice to make that look more wall-like. Because
Mhm.
I think it is
It should
a
be
little
more
bit
obvious,
confusing
yeah.
for sure. But yeah, I mean it is an interesting, cut that in half. You either get in on one side or the other, and it actually makes an interesting. You can run into the storefront, or you can run in the back and get power. Right? It makes that room kind of have this dual function in one
Yeah,
room. So
it's really it's certainly a very interesting map feature, but yeah, it could need a little better visualization maybe. So yeah, but Fluff up to a very, very strong start, taking all three attacker rounds. And that brings them 2 rounds closer, or they only need 2 more rounds to win the
this
whole
is a
match.
need to win round for red team right now. So
Yep.
hopefully they can start swinging this in their favor. They got to see what Fluff did on their attack. It looks like they're going to be putting in a lot of resources here, though.
Oh, that's a double charge play.
Yes.
Red door into wall
Wall
wire
charge
and
here.
heavily defended, and that seems to be the case. There is the barbed wire symbol there on the door here, and so they're like, just let's not go that way. Let's just breach the wall. Interesting. That's a high risk, high reward play though. If they use 2 charges here, even if they win, they're down to 1 charge for 2 rounds, so they have to equal one of the other rounds. And as you just said, basically they have to, like, they don't really they cannot really give away rounds because they're down 3-0.
Yeah. This one's once you're on that bubble, right? Like you gotta win this one. So I can see why they're gonna take the risk.
Yeah. So they're setting up. Doors going out. Billboard took some shots but did not damage anyone. Then rotates back into office. So with Sock and Scissors and Billboard in office. Now they're just wall banging here. Oh, Vayne is wall banging. Wall charge is going off there. And now the defenders are struggling, but they're all there. So they should be able to rotate. Red Combat says in office already, pushing in. Socks and Billboard kind of caught off guard here, but still so far they're holding. No, Billboard going down. Socks going down. Red Combat is being killed by Socks before he dies though. But 2 attackers on the bomb already. Starting defusing, wall banging through the wall here. Marbles gets the shot with the mob through the wall, taking out Satrams. Very, very nice. Oh, Nat takes that Commissar, and now it's down to Derby and Mace. Derby gets the kill on Nat, so it's a 2-2. They still can do this. The bomb is at like 20%, I think. Yeah, they're defusing again, so they did not really got much yet. They're trying to bait the attackers. Marbles trying to take another shot. Bomb is at 50% now. Mace is trying to find Vayne. Vayne gets the kill here on Derby through the green door. Now it's down to Mace, who has the attacker shotgun though. He can do this potentially. Marbles is rushing in with the mob. He probably the pistol, fishing off Mace, and that's 4-0 for Fluff. Strong defense, very strong defense. And now, now Team Red is in
Red
big
is in trouble. Yep, they're in big trouble.
They have to win 5 rounds in a row, and they only have 1 charge left.
Yeah,
for
one
the next
charge.
round,
They've recovered the clacker. They have the attacker shotguns. It's a little dangerous right now for them in this game.
Yep, this is match point, and this is looking very good for Fluff. Like there's a very high probability this match just ends after the next round. Fluff is in a very good situation to just take this round now, and even if they lose this round, they can still take any of the other 4 rounds and still win the match. So they're they're in a good spot, in a very comfortable situation now.
I think Fluff is feeling real good after that. I thought Red Team would have pushed the bomb site just a little bit harder, but they kind of just waited, and it felt like they needed to get in there and just take control completely of any doorway that was in there. Flashes to be able to remove any of the other problems and targets, so that the way they could actually, hold the bomb site. But it was this very fluid. They ran in, and then like they didn't fully commit quite yet, and then like some of the defenders were able to kind of like get into the room as well and slightly reinforce, and Marbles was just waiting to get wall bangs with the mop, and it just kind of fell apart right at the end.
And they managed to get in there fairly quick, but it was basically only 2 attackers rushing in, and the others were distracted with the defenders on the southern part of the map. And then they eventually took control of the room, taking out the 2 defenders who were hiding behind the corners in the northern part. But it just took quite some time and allowed the other defenders to get in good positions and rotate around. And Well, yeah, Fluff managed to execute this quite well, mainly with wall banks actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's Killhouse is just wall bank city right now. So that's what you see every round basically. But now we're back to factory, and as I said, this is match point. If Fluff takes this, they go home with a 2-0, and that means they're going 3-0 for this season. So yeah, I mean for the season, for this week,
For this
like
week,
for the
yeah.
first 3 weeks, and
I
we'll
feel like
see.
Marbles is gonna get a headshot somewhere in here on this map.
Maybe
I have this feeling he's running
he's
around
holding
on
fan.
an open factory.
Yeah, he's waiting for someone to peek fan, and Mace is waiting is about to do that. So we will see if Marbles gets the shot there. The other attackers are pushing in through storage, smoked off the western part now, are in toxic. All of them actually, except for Saddams, who's holding toxic. Billboard is wall banging through the fence here, not successful. Oh, smoke! So Mace can get in. They smoked off the area, shot out fan, and now Mace is on the elevated platform, taking shots at Billboard. Red Commissar is rushing around the corner, got the communication, but Vayne was waiting there as well, so it was 2v1. And there we go. Mace takes Marbles out, so Mob is down. And Mace is still on the elevated thing. Vayne gets the kill on Derby, but Satrams managed to take out Ned on the southern part, and now it's 3-3 with Mace being on the northern thing there. Sox in office, Satrams trying to take him out with the Saber, sorry. And Mace taking shots at Vayne, managed to take him out, and now it's down to 2 defenders. But Sox levels the playing field, but Mace takes a kill on. Wow, this is a back and forth. Now it's down to Mace versus Sox, and Sox is in office with the F1 Lagros. Mace with the Black Tower on bomb. 50 seconds. So time is not a huge factor right now. No, Mace is actually at half HP. That's fairly dangerous. He's baiting the defuse here. Sock is getting on the window. Mace gets the shot and takes the round. 14 red with barely no HP left.
5 health. That's
wow.
what he got that with. Mace at the 4K.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was really well played though. The defenders were like, yeah, I can. Marbles was like, yeah, I can hold that fan with the Mob, no problem. But what they didn't think of is that the attackers can just go through toxic, because they didn't hold that part of the map at all. They completely gave it up, and that allowed the attackers to go through toxic, shoot the fan, and go in through there. And important point, they ecoed, so they still have a door charge and a clacker left for round 3 now.
I caster cursed the Marbles. I shouldn't have done that.
I
apologize right now about that. But yeah, I really liked the thing that I saw that the defenders did really, really well is they predicted exactly when the attackers were to cross right in, like to go across toxic, because that wallbang damage did chip some of them pretty hard.
True. That was well played. Also, the positioning in the main factory floor, where I think someone called out to Red Commissar, hey, behind the corner there is one, and Red Commissar did go around the corner, but then Wayne was as well there on the southern part and was just shooting him up there. It was very good positioning from defenders there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good defender crossfires going on. I think that's what caught the attackers off guard a little bit until they were able to get a foothold into the room. Once they were able to let Mace in from the fan, I think that's they had the high ground at that point, right?
Yeah, I mean, quite literally. So yeah, it worked out in the end for them, and now they're, as I mentioned, still have a door charge, and it seems like they want to use it on bathroom to take Teller. Interesting. There's going to be barbed wire there though, so that's going to be hard to push in.
Yeah, I think they really want to push in for Teller just so that they're going to use this window in storage to stop any rotations coming in behind them. Yeah, so I think they're going to try to utilize that window more for just keeping you'll have one person just chilling here, waiting for any defender rotations.
Yeah, it seems like Fluff expects a push through arcade though, but Team Red wants to do the Teller play and have someone south probably and shooting through the open shutters. We'll see if they actually get there though, because we have 2 defenders in Teller right now and a barbed wire. Okay, only 1 defender in Teller, I guess, but 1 in storefront who can easily rotate. But yeah, with the window, they can just control the complete northern part of the map fairly easily. So that seems to what they want to do. Actually, they smoked storefront. Nobody goes.
Yeah, they're feigning it. They're feigning like they're doing storefront.
Yep, they're trying to get the defenders off guard. Now they're pushing, and now they see the barbed wire, and they're like, what do we do now?
Cat's got a grenade, so...
No, that's So all their time advantage is going down. Is deleted now. But they managed to take out the barbed wire, I think, with the frag grenade. Yeah. But they have to wait for the Molotov to go down. Oh, Red Commissar rushing in with the shotgun, being taken up by Billboard, who has an attacker shotgun as well now. Yeah, now they're pushing in, 2 of them at the same time. But 1-for-1 trade. Billboard going down though, so now it's 2-for-2. Oh, Ned with the auto shotgun through the door, taking out Cat Monkey here. And now it's down to Mace, who takes out Marbles, and Satrams, who's trying to take shutters, but is facing versus Ned with the auto shotgun. He's stepping back a little bit, so he has the range advantage. Mace trying to shoot Ned through the hole, managed to get the kill here, and now it's down to Socks to hold off the 2 remaining members of Team Red through a Molotov, but that's not going to do much. I mean, it's going to delay them a little, but they still have plenty of time, though. It seems like they don't know where he is. Oh, Mace! And gets the kill here, and that's the 2nd round for Red Team, and now everything is open again. Ooh. I didn't expect that to happen at all. That was interesting. That worked
Mace
out.
again with it. Mace is putting this game on his back right now. Another 3K for Mace on this game.
Yep, for sure.
And also with the two in the start really helped that initial push into the teller. I think they took a little bit of a cue from Fluff, and they threw that flash, and you saw 3 and immediately rush in. Right? Yeah. They took the room. You know, one might have gone down to a shotgun kill, but they were able to sweep the rest of the room. They got the teller doors up. That allowed Mace to be able to rotate, and really put the attackers at a big advantage when you have that whole storefront that you can play out of.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing on C-Store, right? If the shutters are open, it's usually good for the attackers, because now the defenders lose a lot of, like, there's just a lot of open angles they have to worry about, and that worked out very well for Red Team here. So yeah, I mean, Red Team on the defense again. I said everything is open again, but really they have to win all 3 rounds. Yeah, and that's gonna be hard, but we'll see. Maybe they can do it.
Fluff has been showing greater
3 more match points for Fluff here.
Fluff has definitely been showing greater execution on the attacker side.
So far, yeah.
So we'll see, but I think we'll see if Red can pick up another round or 2, right? Like, let's see if we can get some fun.
I mean, I hope they pick up 3 other rounds. To be honest, yeah. I want to see a 3rd game for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's gonna be rough for sure, especially against Fluff. Like, they really have to throw them off guard now somehow, which is usually harder at the defense. I mean, maybe they managed to predict their plans perfectly and pull this off somehow, but we will see. Speaking of plans, seems like Fluff wants to go through Club and Reception. We didn't see that yet, so that's a new one.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to do a red door. They'll blow Club and then just reinforce off of that. The hard part about this map is there's very little spots where you can do some trickery, where you can hide and get behind them or be able to flank. You know, as soon as attackers split into both of these channels, you're basically it makes it so that defenders can't, get behind them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess hallway is fairly interesting, but yeah, it doesn't allow you to really get behind them. You can potentially rotate from office through training into kitchen to pull something off, but that's a pretty long path, and kitchen is not that easy to do that anyway, because it's like you have to get them into kitchen first before you can get behind them, basically. So yeah, it seems like they're smoking off the stage here and then blowing up the door. Wayne is rushing through reception with Socks, and it seems like they just want to merge in Club. Yeah, all of them going Club now. Wayne and Socks still want to go kitchen, I guess. I just wanted to make sure a team is getting in. And the first kill here, Marbles takes out Red Commissar, I think through the wall, actually, again, with another wall bang here. Marbles is very successful down there. Is Cat Monkey waiting in hallway for Wayne and Socks to push in patiently with the shotgun again. Waiting for his time. Satram's trying to get a pick here with the mob long range. Cat Monkey gets the first kill, but then Marbles with another wall bang takes him out, and now it's time to Mace to hold that hallway against Wayne. He has the knack. Got some damage off. Vayne is pulling back, trying to find him with the wallbang here, but the attackers are pushing the bomb down to Satrams there, really. Oh, and Mace finds the kill here on Vayne, though, and now goes for the flank play, rotates through Clap. It's a 2-2, though, so this could go either way. Marbles waits for him and takes the kill here with the Black Tar, though. That's a triple K for Marbles already. Satrams with the mob can potentially do this, though. He's at full HP, and he has the mob. Both attackers are damaged, so he has one-shot body shot on both. He can potentially kill both of them at the same time with one shot to the body. We will see. They're coming through hallway. Don't decide to
go together.
Yeah, they don't have a flashbang. They're down to 30 seconds. They have to make their move now. They cannot wait around for longer. Marbles misses the shot, though, and Billboard rushes in. Billboard takes the kill here, and that's match 2-0 for Fluff. Woo! GG.
I thought Mace might have had it on the flank, but Marbles knew. He's played with him before. He knows that he's gonna try to go for that cheeky rotate.
I really would have loved to see him getting in the back there. But then again, he had a knack. He would have to get close.
yeah, it would have been... it was a long run in an open field, right? Like...
For sure.
Oh, what a good set of games, though.
That was really good. 5-3, 5-2 for Fluff. It looks like the second game was way stronger for Fluff, I think, than the first one. The first one was really back and forth, and they managed to win 5-3 in the end, not 5-4, but I mean, that's not a huge difference, right? But the second was way stronger for Fluff, but then all of a sudden, Team Red coming back with 2 rounds back to back. But I think that was a little too late. Just like that was, they struggled for the first 3 rounds, and then then they managed to pull together and take 2 rounds from Fluff here. But it was just a little late, and they couldn't risk losing. Like they had to win the next 3, and that's just too hard here, I think. And so yeah, in the end, Fluff wins here. So congratulations. But I think Red definitely Red displayed. Or Red proved why they won the first 2, or well, not proved, but they showed again why they won the first 2 weeks. How they managed to take Flatline out. They're very, very strong contender this season for sure. Because yeah, they definitely put up a fight here. I'm a little salty we didn't got a 3rd game, to be honest, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Mace, Satrams, Cad, Derby, all these guys made some real big plays. You know, even Red, like all of them were really trying to like make some good plays, and each one kind of shined individually throughout the multiple rounds that we had. It's just it's a shame that they couldn't pull it all together today. So, but congratulations to them for the good rounds that they put in today, and hey, bigger congrats to Fluff for picking up this impressive set of wins again. Showing that they're, like you said, they're a force to be reckoned with in these games.
For sure. And it's actually they're still 2-1 after 3 weeks.
Right.
And we just extended the season to be 6 weeks. So wait, did we announce that already? I'm not sure. Maybe I spilled the beans right now.
I don't know. You're telling me for the first time. I just found out.
I was thinking about it like for a second. Oh no, we announced that. And then when I said it, I was like, wait, actually, I read the announcement. Well, was that in staff chat? The beans. So yeah, we're extending for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, staff. I spilled it. Anyway, yeah, we're extending. So we're gonna have 6 weeks. So there's plenty of time for Red to come back. Yeah, and 2-1 is still a great score after week 3, for sure. I mean, that's the deal with Swiss, right? You're gonna be facing the stronger teams when you win, because yeah, if you go 2-0, you're gonna face another team with 2-0, except for Status Quo, who got a little lucky this week, but they're still facing DFC. Right now in 50 minutes or something, I think actually. So that's going to be very important.
I mean, Status Quo, I feel DFC has not lost much of their... I mean, yes, they got a game taken off of them, but that happened last year. And it really put a fire in their belly after that, and I think they almost went undefeated after that to get and fight Whiskey Wednesday last season. So, I mean, for that to happen a second time, I could imagine that... They'll be coming out. They'll be coming out swinging in their game.
Yeah. Well, we have time for a short interview, and we have Marbles here. Hi, Marbles.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing today?
GG.
Good, Marbles. Yeah, good game, man.
was a good game. Yeah, very fun.
And that was certainly a very, very fun match. Especially the first game was very much back and forth. How did you feel after Red Team like started really strong in the first game? Like, what was the?
I mean,
how
I
was
think when you start winning, everyone gets a little bit in their heads. You start off the game like a little bit like, oh, this could be like this and this. So I think we just started off a little bit slow, and then like they took it to us like some of the first rounds, and we're like, all right, we need to step it up, and then we just got back to the way we always play, which is good. Just get back into the groove. It was the first set of maps I think were really good, very balanced back and forth.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the score was 3-3, and then you managed to win 2 rounds. So it was very back and forth for sure. And we saw some amazing plays. So, yeah, I mean, you're going 3-0. Depending on how the next match goes, you might be the only team with 3-0 next week.
It's very exciting, because this is like what we've worked through all this. Like anyone in the Discord, just like, and especially the team captains, just see like how constantly I've been like, oh, we need to scrim, we need to scrim, we need to scrim. It's like it's just we've been working hard for it, so it's very fun we're having a lot of fun, and we're playing the way I think we should be playing, and I think we're gonna do good even next week, depending on who we play on, depending on next match.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see that you guys are putting in the time and stuff. So, you guys had multiple 5 kills, no loss rounds. It seemed like you guys have been really practicing in terms of rotating your members back once they take hits to like let the next person step up. Have you guys been kind of like doing different things in your practices?
I think that just comes off when you play with the person a lot, and because of being able to, a big thing is also being able to see your teammates' health at the top. Like, if someone's getting tagged down to like 15, that they're gonna back up, so the next person just takes the front. Well, I do think that because we've played with each other so often that we do play off each other in regards to that. Like, we just know, like, it's like, especially when like, well, my teammate's clearing out toxic. I know he's probably going to get hit at least once if someone's in there. I'm going to be taking the next one. I'm going to be taking the next peek.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like, and I mean that also falls into you were on that kill house map where you had had 2 members go through the green door entry. You had the 3 go in through I think it was like club or whatever. You all coalesced together. You kind of started pushing it, and then you actually combined together to push the bomb room all together as a 5 stack.
Well, that just comes with like pinching. So a big thing about this game is because of the ability to blast some doors in green. I think it's very good when you can like pinch a room, like through that reception. When we can get into club, we instantly clear out back like bar where they could be someone tucking. And then once we clear out those rooms, it's like, well, we don't have to worry about them because I have 2 people pushing on the other side. I know that my back is watched. So if you can have a situation where your teammates can just watch your back, and that just comes with trust. Like, I know my teammate's going to hold my back. I can keep focusing on the situation ahead. I need to clear out this room, because if I don't clear out this room and I die, then I have to worry about my teammates on the other side getting flanked.
Sure. So in all the rounds, is there one round that stuck out in your mind?
Well, one round stuck out on my mind was the kill house when they were on attack and they wall charged through.
The direct push in. Yeah.
I just want to point out I called that play like 100%. I was like, they're gonna wall charge through. If they open up that red door, they're gonna wall charge through, and that, like, we had set up for that. We had 2 people, and I think like back in the other room adjacent to that, and I was just able to like wall bang with mob through the wall and keep them up bomb.
Yeah, those mob wall bangs were very scary.
Yeah, the mop is definitely a very very good weapon to just take a chance and shoot through the wall with, because even if you hit them in the body, they're down to 15 HP and they're out of the round like automatically.
Yeah. Well, awesome, man. Yeah, that's like I said, there was a good set of plays, like lots of really good decisions, and red team put up a hell of a set of fights, right? Like they had some nice snipes and that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah,
so
I think red team played amazing for what they were going up against. Of course, like they played better than DFC did against us. So it's fun to have a match where it just doesn't feel like it's one-sided. Like you have two teams who are both vying for 3-0. So
sure.
it's good in that regard. So I think I do definitely like the fact that these matchups are happening because it's very fun to play against these teams.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for putting up a great show again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck for the next week. We will see who you'll have to face next week. I'm very excited and looking forward to that for sure. So that was for sure our match of the week today. Fluff taking the win here of 2-0. But don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and then we're going to be back in a few minutes with the delayed match. Status Quo versus DFC. Status Quo being the third team that did go 2-0 in the first 2 weeks. So that's a very important match, so to speak, because if they win this, then, well, we know who you are up again next week, Marbles. But if they lose this, then Fluff is the only team with a 3-0 score. So that's very, very important match. And with DFC, the ex-champion from the last season, that's not going to be easy for Status Quo to win this. So that's going to be very important. It's not. I say we're going to be back, but I'm not going to be. I'm not quite sure who is actually taking over. I think Adex is jumping in here and going to take the cast. And I'm going to head to bed because it's getting late for me. But yeah, if it's not getting super late for you, feel free to, or please stick around for the very, very important match between Status Quo and DFC. I've been TH Pine. I'm very, very, I'm very thankful for you all watching and all the players participating and whatnot. I'm sorry again to my staff team. I'm a fucking idiot for spilling that. It was going through my brain and then was just like, no, I saw that announcement and then realized too late. Yeah, that was in staff chat though. So, well, sometimes that just happens, I guess. Anyway, yeah. Any last words, Zach, from you?
Oh no, I'll see you possibly in the next game. So
I mean, yeah, I guess you're going to be back in a few minutes.
sure.
So yeah, don't go anywhere. I'm out. I'm TH Pine. Thanks a lot for watching, and the others will be back in a few minutes.
See you in the next one.
Yes. Oh yeah, and before we go, I have one more thing. We have 2 more matches tomorrow, which are gonna be what was it? Where is my chart? There we go. DLS versus Guacamole and Core Dynamics versus Reds. And I'm gonna cast these together with Billboard, so that's gonna be fun. So tune in tomorrow. I think at
4:30 p.m. and 6:00 p.m.
Exactly. Thanks for being better prepared than me. I was too slow to click the correct tab. Okay, but now with that being said, don't go anywhere. I'm out though, but yeah, have fun with the last match for today.
Be right back.